Hello everybody, Brian here. Welcome to another stream. This one's different from the trading stuff that I do. This is about technical, nerdy stuff. Some of you may know that my struggle is real. What I'm going to talk about is really important, but if you're interested, I'm going to talk more about this exclusively with my chat server folks and reveal a lot more, because I'm not going to be putting this on my WhatsApp group or anything like that, just for better reasons and whatnot. So what I want to talk about here, so if you want to know more and you're into algorithmic trading, I'm going beyond the next step. I'm going to talk about what I face and what I'm doing. So right now, if you just go over to quantlabs.net/DVD to sign up for this private chat server, it's like really cheap, $10, lifetime as well. Okay, let's talk about PubNub. All right, so just so you know, PubNub.com is something I discovered in, I'll say, desperation, and I have nothing to do with this company. I'm just speaking about my recent experiences with the communication I'm trying to build, so that I have a trading script that will enable people to trade on their behalf with access to their token keys for both Kraken Crypto Exchange and Binance Crypto Exchange. As a result, I was hoping to either rely on open source technologies like, I even did I say, look at Kafka. A lot of these solutions like RabbitMQ and Kafka are fairly bloated. As a result, they are not exactly the best solutions. Also, I have a web hosting company. They're very good. They're actually excellent, and I rely on their technical knowledge. The company's called No, which will have no effect on my other websites, namely the blog and the chat server, the like that. So they did not recommend to go ahead with, obviously Kafka is a beast in itself, as well as RabbitMQ. I also looked at something called Kazal, I believe. Let me just see on the screen here. It's another open source to, what was it? Kazal. I think it's called Kazal. Something like that. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so I'm desperately searching around, because for a day you send out, look good. I mean, you gotta realize I'm staying up till 6 a.m. my time a lot of the nights for the last week or so trying to get this out. The next day when I come back, it's not working anymore. It's nothing to do with the technology. The problem is when you start to write code around the calls, maybe in Python, I don't know, and then the queue stops working. So that right there means it's unreliable. I've experienced that both in ZeroMQ and Redis, and those are the only two real solutions that my hosting provider would recommend. So I started, as I said, looking around, typing out reliable on Google, reliable message queuing, and I went through probably 5 pages of search results talking about Google, SubPub, the cloud solution. I was not happy with the coding I saw there, so I didn't pursue that. And then eventually I came last night or this morning, 12 hours ago actually, and I just put out a ticket saying, hey, and this is a commercial solution, just so you know. I said there's a pretty good references for their Python package, PubNub. I tried to install it, and I thought, okay, it's failing for a lot of red in the message. And I just opened up a ticket with them, 3 in the morning, and lo and behold, in half an hour, I got a response. I couldn't believe it. So I sent off the message, the stack trace to them. They said, try this, and this is within an hour of me sending out this ticket. Within an hour, I had the solution. I was able to import the package for PubNub. Now, for me to do that with Amazon, forget it. Amazon's trash, okay? What Amazon does, all their customer support now is overseas, okay? So if you're expecting to get excellent support from bigger companies like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, a lot of this support that you think is important and critical is outsourced with a one-line, obviously Captain Obvious response. It's really bad, and it's useless, and you're paying big money for it. I don't know why corporations are relying on these companies unless they get better support. So to me, I never thought of this queuing would be mission critical, but it is, and it is mission critical. Is because what I'm doing is, for my server, I'll send out message queues, which are basically trading signals to clients, paying customers who rely on those signals to make trading decisions. Now I'm trying to automate it for them to be able to trade those signals automatically. So money is involved for them. For me, it's not a big deal. But when it's coming to paying customers, it's a big deal because I want to make sure those messages get sent out and that they receive both the entry and the exit so that they can maximize on those trading opportunities. For the last, I'd say, close to a month, it's nothing been I get right to the last point where I'm running for the home plate, and I see the home plate, and I'm like feeling good. And then the next day, when I try to get it working, it fails. It just fails miserably because something doesn't work. Because now I'm working initially with core technology examples for both Redis PubSub and ZeroMQ PubSub, and I've tried all types of different design patterns, and they both fail. So once you start adding new code to those samples, that's when they start to fail. They start to break down. Those messages don't get delivered. So overall, I'm not too happy about these open source solutions. It might work for certain use cases, but from my experience, I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure it out. So I didn't think, well, maybe I have to go commercial. So I started looking at some solutions last week. One company wanted up to $1,200 a month for doing this, bare bone minimum, $1,200, and that was a Kafka provider. So that's way out of reach unless I want my customers to be paying me a couple of $100 a month just to deliver message trading signals to them. So that ain't going to happen. So I have to go with a more affordable solution. So continuing along with PubNub, I was pretty impressed. Commercial solution, very fast in response. I put world-class level quality of answers in the support. It's not like the crap answers I'd get from the lack of support of AWS and wherever else is just trash in my mind. But the support quality was quite good with PubNub. Actually, I would say amazing, quite amazing. And that's the same league as with my hosting provider, knownhost.com. So with that in mind, I started playing with it. Finally got it working, maybe within 20 minutes. Okay, I can't say if it's 100% reliable, but this is a paid commercial provider. Okay, so they've got some, I'd imagine, some fairly big customers. You can see here they have Peloton. They're based out of San Francisco. The reliability, I would imagine their security is pretty good. And the other thing what I like about them, from what I saw, they are very fast. The queuing in this is very, very fast. It said on average can be delivered within 100 milliseconds worldwide. So if that's the case, this is a big, huge friggin' benefit to my customers. Because originally I was going to deliver it by email and they would get the message within 20-30 seconds. I was okay with that. But there was just a technical challenge with that when it comes just to email and whatever else. So personally, the queuing had to work. So here we are with the queuing. But the ZeroMQ Redis was not right enough. So here we are on the PubNub. Just wanted to give you an update on that. So I'm going to move ahead, see how it works. I was hoping to get this finished last week. I said that 2 weeks ago, but the reason is that the reliability of these open source solutions are not very good. I think they're fine, but there's going to be third-party services like PubNub that will build off of whatever the underlying technology is. I don't know if it's their own underlying open source technology, meaning if it's like an equivalent of a ZeroMQ or something else. But yeah, we're going to test it more. But I just wanted to give, at least for now, PubNub the support at 3 in the morning to get everything working was pretty good. So pretty happy about it. So I've done now a 10-minute spiel. Let's go through the services here. This is really built for mobile apps. This is what I'm building out here is alerts and notifications, IoT, Internet of Things. Because I'm building mine in Python, they support up to 8 languages. Third-party services, business logic. Yeah, so they have this thing on profanity, but my service creates the messages. My server creates the message, so I'm not worried about that. AI and aggregation. Again, that's something I'm not too worried about. Here's some of the testimonials, and that's pretty well it. Now, in terms of pricing, let's see if I can find it. Basically, you get up to, I believe, 1 million, what they call messages. Now, for me, I am a low volume person for these kind of companies, very low volume. Here it says, I think you can get up to 200 monthly active users. There's no way I'm going to go beyond that. Just due to the fact that they're paying. If I can get paying customers at 200 a month, I'd be not living here paying that kind of tax. But that's pretty good. From what I understand, if you go the Pro, so you're at $49. So you can have up to 1,500 users. That's pretty good. So anything above that was something AWS, SNS, and then there's SQS as well. These are a little different with AWS. So message queuing services, this includes fault tolerance. The SNS, simple notification, is very cheap. So here for the pricing, you get up to 1 million messages. I believe you can send for free. After that, it's like 50 cents per million. After that, per month, like, dude, that's dirt cheap. So that's all fine and good. The problem I have with AWS is their billing, their support. It's really bad. I've been with the Amazon Central, Seller Central, for 9 months of an attempt of using it to sell a physical DVD. It was a pain to work with their stupid rules. Their support was a joke. Getting verified was a joke. That was the Seller Central experience. Then, as this is a regular consumer of Amazon, they're a joke as well. So last week I wanted to get somebody a digital card, gift card. The message to confirm if they got it or not took way too long. I had to wait 24 hours, and then I got a notification that it failed, and it's way too slow. Like, I don't know how Amazon works like this, but they're one of the largest companies in the world, and I will tell you, just do the reviews. They are an awful company to work with, but I'm stuck with them for my S3 video. I was leaning towards this, but thankfully, from what I'm seeing on the support with PubNub, it's impressive. I have to say, very fast, and that's what's going to give companies an edge over cloud providers like the Microsoft Azures, the Google Cloud, and AWS, because I've worked with all three of them, and all three of them are really bad. Their overseas support, the quality answers you get in the support is useless. To get from problem to resolution can take more than a day usually, and I'm not very happy with any of those 3 providers. So PubNub was really, really good for this. They're a little pricey if I go with the 49, but I think for what it does and what it delivers, if it works, is very cheap. And another example, as I said, and again, I'm not here to promote any of these companies, but I will tell you, when it comes to support is very critical for me in 2 areas, which will be this message queuing for my paying customers, because they rely on that. They get an entry, they got to get an exit, so that's very important. And I also have to have rock solid, world-class support when there are problems. Their setup in the dashboard's quite good as well, so I can see when things are active or not. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with PubNub. Like I said, with this company, web hosting, you can easily get your website hosted on these companies like DigitalOcean. What else is there? GoDaddy. They're shite. Support is a joke. And if you really take pride in your service and level of service levels to grow and get a really good reputation among clientele, you got to work with really good providers. So this is another one I mentioned, knownhost.com. If you are following me on this bot thing, on this trading bot, one of the things I would recommend is you will need to get a web hosting company. I wouldn't recommend to run the Python script on your desktop at home. If the lights go out, no power, so does your computer, so does your script. You don't have that problem with these providers, because they'll have the redundancy to cover those sort of situations. So that's a plan there. Also, support is very important. So if you're getting the foreign support, that's the one-line answer, it's useless. It's not going to help you when you have a mission-critical situation going on. So these guys, Known Host, the web hosting that I use is excellent. I usually can get a response within a minute. This is the company I'd recommend. If you have problems, they are able to help you and guide you somewhat. And this is who I'd recommend my customers to go with. The one I would go with is a powered SSD, powered VPS, and I state that because, as I said, part of this trading script will require you to provide to someone like maybe me your hosting, your token keys for both the 2 exchanges. So they got to be secured, and this is a good provider for that. So that's another reason why. I've been testing out this company called Python Anywhere. This is a company that enables you to run Python pretty well anywhere on this service. So if you are a big fan of Python like I am, and you want to run Python scripting, you can do this through this service. I'm right now on this level, the $5 a month. You could host your trading script in Python on here. The support is not in minutes, like what I found with KnownHost. PubNub's pretty good. I was surprised that I got a response within 30 minutes, and that was pretty good. But again, I guess you got to be a paying customer to get the premium support on PubNub. But this company, their support, again, problems at 3 in the morning. That's what I've become. These guys responded. They're out of the UK, in London, I believe. They responded within 6 hours, so it's passable. But again, that's the difference between this company at $28 a month versus $5 a month. So just be aware of that, because that's very important. But the PubNub, I was impressed with that. No customer will be affected by that. That's my issue. But just thought I'd branch out in these 2 other topics of these companies and the level of support. Everything I do now is cloud. Like, it's moving to cloud. It has been to cloud for about a year now. I've been with obviously the social media, the Amazon S3 I use for some video hosting, to be honest, I've not had any problems with that at all, except an outage on Friday. But it's back up and running. No, the outage was yesterday, and it's back up and running within 6 hours, which is, again, okay. And for me, when it comes to mission critical, the web hosting and now the message queuing is mission critical. So as a result, PubNub was really good. I'm impressed, and it's affordable. So that's the one I would go with. What I'm saying is, if you're with an AWS or a Microsoft Azure or a Google Cloud, I really would. If you're going in as a small guy, you may be challenged on the support when you need it. I absolutely despise Amazon, but from the supporting perspective on all three of their major services against Seller Central, as a customer of Amazon, just buying stuff, and somewhat the AWS support, I was pretty unimpressed with. But as I said, the S3 for video hosting has been pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And it's dirt cheap. So be aware of these things. In terms of web hosting, I don't think I'd want to get my sites put on a cloud. Not one of the big three. But here I like them. The known host, I like them, and they're top notch. You can go to look them up. Most people like them, and they're probably top reviewed. This one I've seen a few mentions, but for Python, they do get back to you. Okay, there's no doubt on that. But it's slow in my mind for the kind of support that I like to see in minutes. So, in a nutshell, just want to talk about PubNub, where the bot and why it's delayed, the importance of the message queuing, the reliability of it's important because, as I said, you got people relying on those signals to come through for both the message queuing on the entry and exits. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and we shall talk to you later. Have a good day.